One of the things I want to definitely touch on, because we're doing this for the Page Center in Penn State, which is also associated, as I think you know, with the Arthur Page Society. The two are working together, and one of the things that both of them has set out as a course of action is to help individuals to become counselors or better counselors to leadership within the basically the corporate world. How how do you think these organizations or individuals can help fulfill or realize an objective like that of helping individuals to become quote counselors to leadership, which is largely something that you have done very successfully?
Well, I think they have to, and they do, I know, in many cases, bring in people who've had direct firing line experiences, and not just the professors. Professors are important, and that's great, but I do think they need to have people who've had good case histories and things that they've learned from, the do's, the good, the bad, and the ugly of some of the activities they've been involved in. And I think that's very important for the Page Society to continue to do. And I think they've done a great job in that sense so far, and I hope they continue.
The Page Center is starting out, and it is in the early stages of its development, and really wants to become a center that will be recognized actually worldwide for a source of learning about ethical and responsible behavior on the part of individuals and corporations, and this particular activity is a part of that, but they'll also ask professors from around the world to submit papers on this general subject, which they plan to republish or make available on their website. Are there other things that what might occur to you that the Page Center could do to help encourage people to act more responsibly or ethically? Are there other devices, whether it be speeches, appearances before conferences, or competitions, or whatever?
Well, I think all those are good. I think certainly competition is good. It points up the need for it, and I think that the competition idea is good to bring into all the various schools that are offering communications and public relations and journalism, wherever it fits, to have maybe a national Page Award for a student that has written something that personifies what the right ethical behavior is for a company in a certain kind of situation. That's not necessarily the concept, but if you will, as almost a Nobel Prize of ethical behavior, and that might be a great thing for Page to do, and or to cite really, or maybe to single out a company that best personifies that sort of thing on an annual basis. You know, the Pritzker Prize for architecture is always a prestigious thing and always gets a lot of good attention. And you know, that's our business, so we should know. We try to recognize the right kinds of public relations opportunities for ourselves, and that might be a good one to have the Page Prize, you know, for something that to be given maybe on an annual basis of that nature, and maybe to tie it in with a dinner, an annual dinner, maybe where you'd bring in students and honor some students from around the country at that dinner, and of course certainly honor the companies. And I know they do some of that kind of thing. You know, it's at various at the Page conferences, but maybe open it up to a broader business audience.
Mm-hmm. Well, your thought is a wonderful extension of the idea of the case writing competition that the Page Society does now, and I think really is something that the center could focus on. I'm down to about my last question or so, and one of the things that I didn't cover earlier was whether you were bothered by the fact that many people have dropped using the term public relations as part of their title and are now vice presidents of corporate communications or communications or something else. In fact, the Page Society directory, it's like 5 or 6 to 1 as far as the terminology. The public relations sort of is diminishing as
Diminishing.
part of title.
Yeah.
Does that, I mean, I know that this affects you and your business as well. Does that have any, does that resonate with you, or is it a concern, or is it just part of the way
Well,
things
it's
are?
never really. I can't say that I've lost any night's sleep over it, but I do. But I do think that we get overly sensitive to it. I mean, when somebody asks me what I do, if I'm out playing golf, I meet somebody, I still say I'm in the public relations business. And if and I'm not, you know, I don't think I'm embarrassed to say it, because I think sometimes if you say I'm in the communications business, that is so broad that you could be almost anything, and it takes away from what we really do. So I still think the term has relevance, and I'm continuing to use it. So I don't think it's a negative at all.
You know, I have to wrap this up, I have to say that I was more than pleased to get your calendar that had the list of some things that you had learned, or in fact there were 12 things that you had learned over the last 50 years. And I thought that that was sort of an inspired list of things. What started out with trust isn't everything, it's the only thing, and had a thing very characteristic of you in that if you've got it, don't flaunt it, and doing good is good for business, and don't overpromise. One of the latter, and you said selling is not a dirty word, which I think you amplified here. But one of the great things that you said wound up with was love it or leave it. And I think that you've been an example of a person who's loved what they are doing, and I think we're all fortunate and blessed that you never even considered, I think, of leaving it. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jack. I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope somebody might learn a few things. And I know I enjoy doing it, and I do. I still enjoy coming to the office. I said I hate to see people who resent going, you know, to the office on Monday mornings. They only think about Friday afternoons. I think it's great to think about Friday afternoons, but you have to look forward to Mondays too.
Right. One of the things I want to say while the camera's still rolling here is that you appreciate that everything that we've just done is going to become the property of Penn State and the Arthur Page Center in Pennsylvania at Penn State, and that you and all of us here basically have just made a wonderful contribution to the center, and that if there is any significant changes in editing or things have said, that you would be notified. But basically what we've got is what we've got, and so I wanted you to know that and say that we appreciate that on behalf of the people at State College,
My pleasure.
Pennsylvania. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.